Larissa was saying.
Oh, it looks so big.
Hi.
Hello.
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 How are you?
Hello. Well, good enough.
You used to have all the records in this back room here.
Yes. Yeah.
Are they upstairs now?
I guess so. Careful. So now, Linda, you're here.
Next to you?
Yeah. You can do backwards, right. Come closer. Yeah.
Closer than this?
Okay, now. I think you're ready to model again. So you haven't changed. Now, there, that's very good.
I have to lift you, Turley.
No,
Okay.
Then, oh yeah,
Did you
do
lift me or I
that.
lifted you?
Stay.
I think I'm doing.
Yeah, I can't though.
Okay, sorry. I don't want to break
Here
her.
we
all
go.
broke.
I really don't.
You can
Ready?
come closer.
I don't want to
by
break you
the
this way either.
Could you come closer?
Oh, too.
Keep
Closer to
going.
you.
Keep going. Now, look, now stop. Yeah, that's it. Good.
Ready? I'm gonna lift you. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wait. Oh, God. Do it again because I missed
You're
it.
gonna massage after this one.
1, 2, 3.
I was really young when I started working. The only thing I'd done before modeling was babysit and clean stalls. As a teenager, I just remember that feeling of being in the suburbs and going to school every day thinking, like, there's gotta be something better out there than this. My mother is from Central America. She's from El Salvador. And she and my father met on a flight because my mother was a flight attendant for Pan Am. And my dad was a pilot, was from Northern California. And so we ended up settling in the Bay Area because of that, really. My dad did not believe in spending money on things like clothing. He heard us talking about like designer jeans, and then he would take a trip to Asia and come back with like counterfeit Calvin Klein jeans and think that we would be so excited to have the brand. And we were like, these aren't real, Dad. When I was about 14, I was at the stable after school, and at the barn, there was a photographer. He walked over to my mom, and he asked her if, you know, we had ever thought about modeling. And my mom said no, but I think she was intrigued. My mom brought us to meet this agent, and she kind of looked at my sister and I, sort of sizing us up. And then she said to my sister, "You're too little, like, you're not gonna work. But you can probably work, and let's see what we can do with you." And my sister was devastated. So when I was in school and starting to model, I think I probably shared that with just really close friends. I didn't really talk about it too openly. You know, to be 15 years old modeling bridal dresses is kind of funny. Sometimes I would say yes to a job, and then of course I didn't want to do that job if I had a more promising or fun thing to do with my friends. So I remember there were a few times when my dad was driving me to something and saying, you know, well, you made a commitment and this is what you have to do. Modeling was not cool at all, except that I had money. That gave me a lot of independence right out of the gate, just based on that.
My next guest began her own modeling agency 24 years ago and is now the biggest one in the world. Will you welcome, please, Eileen Ford? Can a lady survive without being in your favor in modeling, since you are the most powerful, certainly? It's not a very feminine word, but let's face it, you are powerful.
We do a lot more of the work than anybody else, and we get more of the cream of the work than anybody else.
I was probably 15 when I met the Fords. I came to New York. The Fords lived in this big townhouse on East 78th Street in Lex. And it was dormitory style. And my mom was planning on going home and letting me stay on my own. I think everybody was there for a week or two. There was like a cycle, a constant cycle. If you went on a casting or on a go-see, they call it, you'd have like your list of appointments. And then you could have somebody just with your portfolio, open it and close it and just like send you off on your way. On one of my castings, the sittings editor said to me, hey, I want to send you down to Arthur Elgort's studio. And that's sort of like when everything changed.
You knew this is going to be a star.
Arthur's style is very much, you know, where you're always in motion and always in action and not super stylized, just very kind of free. He photographed a lot of dancers and musicians. He taught me a lot about, like, how to be comfortable in front of a camera and, like, move and what to do with my hands.
I called the booker. I said, I have a job coming up for Vogue magazine, and I want Christy. And it was funny at the time because the booker said, oh, you think Christy's good? We have better. I said, you did your part. I'll stick with Christy anyway. Now, this is the first picture I took of Linda. This picture.
The first one?
Yes, yes. You remember it?
I do remember.
Was it in Paris or here?
No, in Paris. Now, this one, do you remember that? It was
That's one
raining out.
How many, did I do that many times or just
No,
once?
no, twice.
Twice I did it?
And you said, I know what to do, so I just made sure I was in focus. And she did
You
that.
always were.
No, not recently.
We always got a picture. Oh, Cindy, that's a gorgeous one.
I feel like I remember that one too.
There's baby Omi.
For
Yeah.
the 𝘧𝘢𝘅 book.
Now, I haven't seen Naomi in years.
No.
Does he look the same?
Oh, better.
Better.
She just
Really?
gets better and better.
After that first Vogue shoot with Arthur, I went to London. Went straight to the studio, and then Naomi came in. She was like, not in her school uniform, but she was basically also in school. And, you know, just super excited to be there. Just adorable.
When I first met Christy, she's so kind. And we had such a great shoot. I didn't want it to end. It didn't feel like work. We were playing Wham, I remember.
We would just be dancing and dancing and hanging out, having such a good time. After a few days and just the hours they had us there, you know, you just get to be sort of delirious. From that moment on, Naomi and I stayed close.
We done? Okay, first outfit. I know you makeup artists love to put it with a lip brush, but I'm like, straight up with the lipstick. Fine?
I love it.
Okay, cool. Okay, I don't know how many hours late I am, but I'll just knock out the pictures. You know, let me tell you this. By the time this comes out, I will not be smoking.
I hope not.
I am stopping to smoke on the 31st of January, and now this is documenting it, so I'm going to be held to my word. I have to stop.
I'm gonna.
I have to stop.
Please, it's
I
so
don't-
bad for you, Naomi.
I know it's terrible.
It's really bad.
And none of the other three smoke. Linda doesn't smoke, Christy doesn't smoke, and Cindy doesn't smoke. I've lived most of my life in front of a camera.